What is going on, everybody? Got back from Texas, Lone Star Drift Round 4 last night. The car is still sitting in the trailer. Car is still chilling, all broke. I need to get it out and go over it at some point. This toolbox was sitting up here and we must have like hit the gas or whatever in the truck and it just spilled everywhere. Super pissed. But today we are gonna be working on Gabe's E36. He currently has some parts for it that he's gonna put on it. Radiator, fan, electric fan he picked up at O'Reilly's. Thing's been overheating on him a little bit. He can only drive about a mile down the road and he'll overheat. New radiator, new fan, new thermostat. Hoping that fixes his problem. That way he can get daily driving this thing. This is his daily. Paid $700 for it. There's a video if you want to check it out right here whenever we bought it. Super cool little car. It's a 1990 something 328 IS, so it is the two-door. It's green. It does have its problems. It's not perfect. Like this door handle's kind of gone, so you have to like reach in there and finagle something. And it is the coupe, so it's kind of fun. So he's wanted a dailies for a little bit and then maybe turn it into a drift car someday. I literally just posted a video on gravel drifting in the E36 red sedan. I'll put that right here if you want to check that out as well. I'm trying to pump out a lot of E36 content for you guys because I know you like it. This one's Matt's. Matt's here helping us all out. Alrighty, we're gonna do a little something to Matt's E36 here. This thing's top is kind of junk. So he's been wanting to take it off for a while. I think he said he's just gonna tarp it or put it in his garage at his house. The whole back's gone. It's just really falling apart. What we're gonna take a knife, we're gonna cut the fabric off of it and kind of look at the frames and see if we can salvage anything from it. But if we can't salvage from it, we're just gonna take Sawzall, chop it off, get it completely out. That way he can pop this little trunk lid to get to his rear coilovers. He was having that issue where he couldn't get to it because it's not in the trunk on the convertibles. It's like underneath this weird little flap. Ooh.
Wow. Give it one big old...
I think I forgot to mention to you why we're tearing it apart like this instead of just doing it normally. Pretty much this locking release automatic top thingy right here got like stripped out and the button doesn't work and the motor's in pieces. So we pulled that release, tried to undo it, and it just stuck and stripped. So now we're gonna tear it apart. He paid like 750 bucks for this thing. He didn't really care. He's gonna make it a drift car. This looks great.
It's a beauty.
Looks so much better than before. Good idea, Matt. Good idea.
It was your idea.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, dude, this thing looks like it burnt to the ground. We got it, boys. I told you it looks better. Kind of. It's tricky. Automatic little top's kind of a piece. I think his best bet is to just kind of gut part of it because it's kind of rough. But it's a drift car. Picking up a quick tarp for the car in case it rains. Just got the S13 out of the trailer. Dropped it off. Time to lock it up. We got Gabe's fan working last night, so he's buttoning it all up. Hopefully that will keep his engine cool enough to drive more than a mile. Jordan got some fresh tails over here. I got the smoke, boys. eBay smokes. Gonna be looking good. Okay, now it's finally time to get the GTR fixed up how it needs to be. It's been having cooling issues a lot, and also the battery's been dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace the mechanical fan with a Mishimoto electric fan that I've had laying around for quite some time. Gonna get that going, charge the battery back up, and hopefully we can find that parasitic draw that's been just draining the battery. If I don't drive it for about 3 or 4 or 5 days, the car will be dead. Once we resolve those 2 issues, the car should be really, really good and drivable, and we can enjoy it a lot more. It's getting dark, boys. I don't like the dark. Time to dump the coolant everywhere. Hopefully we can get this fan off with these. Got the radiator and the shroud out. Here's the old mechanical fan. RB26 has some more room up in the front for the Mishimoto. This hose clamp down here is actually stripped, so it's super pain to get that out. I'm gonna have to figure something out, kind of take it apart so we can get a fresh hose clamp on there and we can start wiring the sucker up. So last night I ran into a little issue with the radiator. So I got the fan on there. I got it all pretty much wired up except for the thermostat little switch. I was initially gonna put it in this drain plug here since I really wasn't gonna use a drain plug. But however, the threads were different and I needed an adapter. I've been searching all day for an adapter and I finally decided to go ahead and do the 1/8 NPT weld on little bung and just plop it on one of the sides or whatever. That is how the kit was originally designed, just to weld that on. That way the thermostat will screw in there and you will be able to tell whenever the radiator hits 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That tells the fans to kick on. I have to run to another place right now. This is my 3rd place I've been to pick that fitting up, and then I gotta take it to a shop nearby that they can go ahead and TIG that on. This is aluminum, so I can't make it. I have to go get it TIGged by somebody, but I'm hoping to get the fans in tonight. Finally found what we need. This is the little weld on little guy here, right there. Weld that on to the radiator. And that's the thermostat switch right there. Should be good. Gotta drop it off, get it welded. Hopefully we can get it in. Alrighty, a few days later, I went ahead and ran to a local shop and had them weld on the little thermostat switch. So we're good. All we have to do is throw this back in the GTR along with the fan and then run the wiring real quick, and I got some coolant and we should be good to go. And then here are the bolts for them. And here's the Allen key. I'm gonna start the wiring. Well, we finally got the fan install done. Oh my gosh, it was so frustrating the other night trying to get this stupid thing in. I had to relocate the power steering lines. Let me go and show you. So I'm not sure if you can see down here, but this is one of the power steering lines, and then the other one's back behind there. How they originally were, they were flipped a little bit toward the front, so the fan clearance was next to nothing. So, I mean, it's pretty much nothing right now. The power steering line is hitting the back of the fan, but I've read that's okay. But I couldn't even get the fans in with these power steering lines how they were, so I had to go take all this off, take the intercooler piping off, get this little bracket off, twist it. It was just a nightmare. I was getting so frustrated with it. They're in. It's all wired up. I did test it just along this street here the other day. Seemed like it did okay. It got up to temp, and it stayed at temp. However, it was a nighttime and it was cool. But today's about 90 degrees out. I'm gonna go ahead and take it on a test drive. Hopefully it does not overheat because I'm here by myself right now. Hopefully I don't have to stop, let it cool off. The fans do work. They seem like they work pretty well, which is good. They're Mishimoto. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up, take it for a test drive. Okay, well, she fired right up. It's been sitting for about 2 days now. I think I found part of that parasitic draw, which might have turned out to have been this aftermarket radio here. So I went ahead and pulled the fuse on that, and hopefully the battery will hold charge a little bit better than it has been. Not 100% certain, but definitely a start. Toasty day. Woo! Whenever this temp gauge over here reaches 70 degrees, it's currently at about 65. So that's about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That's when the thermostat switch should tell the fans to kick on. Whenever I turned the car off yesterday, the fans seemed like they ran for about 30 seconds and they shut off. I don't know if that's just from the temp or if that's just the timer or what that is, but I'll have to look more into that. Well, we've made it out on the farmlands. It's about 5-6 miles. The car's doing pretty good, sitting about 90 degrees Celsius, which is like 190, 200 Fahrenheit, which is, it's up to temp. The fans are currently on. Not sure if you can hear them in there. Fans are running good. And man, I absolutely miss driving this thing. I love just taking this thing out on the weekends. It's just so much fun on a nice day. Unfortunately, the AC in this thing kind of sucks. So on a hot day like this, the window's down, it's gonna have to work. However, can't really complain. It's such a fun, unique car. Being on the right-hand side, love it so much. I'm probably gonna take some cool pictures for my Instagram. If you don't follow me already, you can check it out here if you want. If you're new to the channel, we call this the farmlands. There's a couple roads here and over there and some gravel. So we love running up and down here and just kind of taking some pictures and stuff. Just checking on the fans and everything after doing the pulls. Everything looks like it's doing okay. Got just a touch hot whenever I was doing that second pull. It's kind of sitting at high RPM for just a few seconds, so maybe that's what it was. And it's like 90 degrees out right now, so that definitely didn't help it. I'm gonna go ahead and test it out throughout the week. Hopefully I can drive this thing a lot more. I've been really wanting to drive it more, so hopefully I can. Alrighty guys, that is gonna do it for this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.